stats for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
We
you want one quick question?
can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yo. What's up? Well, everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. First things first. Game 7 was talking about Nathaniel, not a thing. You guys seen Game 7 between the Clippers and the Nuggets? It was a pretty bad game. Not close most of the way. I think the Clippers took an early lead in the first quarter, and that was it. James Harden once again put up another stinker in a Game 7. Yeah, pretty crazy. Crazy stuff. Embarrassing stuff right there. But we live to fight another day and see what tomorrow's basketball brings us. Tomorrow's playoff basketball in the NBA. Okay, we're going to start off with some positive news. This kind of ends with some weird news, but we'll start off with the positives. I hope everybody's having a good day, a good Saturday, things of that sort. Boom, boom, boom. And without further ado, let's get into it. Shout out to Fox 5 Atlanta back home in the A. Austell mom and 3 daughters graduating on the same day from Georgia State. Shout out to Mob County. Shout out Austell. Old stumping grounds and things of that sort. You love to see it. Family excellence. This is by Dan Rabi. I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. Salute to him. All right, cool. Graduation day is always special for families, but for one Austell family, the day is going to be extraordinary. On May 7th, 53-year-old Clayton County teacher Quayla Lee will walk across the stage along with her 3 daughters. Well, we know Lee has earned her Master of Arts in Teaching with a concentration in secondary education. Her oldest daughter, Rakia, will receive her master's degree in public administration. She works as a permit technician at the Atlanta Department of Watershed Management. After cheering their mother and older sister on in the morning, twins Kamaya and Kalia will also receive their diplomas in biology. What they're saying. 22 years ago, you could have never told me these girls and I would be graduating together, Quayla Lee told Georgia State Magazine. As any mother would be, I am so proud of them. Quayla Lee isn't finished with her education yet. She's already told her school administrators that she plans to one day, hold on, I clicked on the Georgia State click. Come on. That she's told her, where are we at? Quayla Lee, she's already told her school administrators that she plans to one day apply for education doctoral programs. Kamaya Lee is also continuing her education journey. She'll be starting the Georgia State School of Public Health's Master of Public Health program next year with plans to become Orsistian. Hold on. We can't go out like that. We cannot go out like that. I failed the reading test for the night. I apologize, y'all. Hold on, let me see. Give me a second. We cannot go out like that. Let me hear it.
Obstetrician.
Thank you, Google. Google. Okay, with plans to become an obstetrician or a gynecologist. Kalaya is applying to the University of Georgia's veterinary medicine and wants to work with healing animals in the future. Diverse family, W diversity, W education. All right, here's Georgia State Magazine story on them. Look at them. Look at the twins and look at the older sister and look at the mama. 3 mother, 3 daughters. And by the way, this is kind of funny coming off of the black men don't finish school conversation that happened on social media. If you didn't see it, congratulations that you're not that deep into the internet. Mother, 3 daughters graduate on the same day. As lifelong learners, the Lees are making milestones together at Georgia State. This is by Michael Davis, who graduated in 2003. Why has Georgia State never reached out to me to write for the magazine? I probably have to email them, huh? Her daughters were with her when she first earned her master's degree. The twins, Kamaya and Kalea, had been just born a few weeks earlier, and Rakia, the oldest daughter, was 9, watching from the audience as her mother accepted the Master of Public Administration from Kentucky State. When Quayla Lee received that degree in 2003, her 3 girls were part of that proud moment for her. On May 7th, Kamaya, Kalea, and Rakia or is that Rakaya? That might be Rakaya because it rhymes. Kamaya, Kalaya, and Rakaya. That makes more sense. Okay, Kamaya, Kalaya, and Rakaya will once again be there as their mother completes a degree, but this time Quayla will also get to watch her daughters on their own diplomas. The four members of the Lee family, who have called Austell, Georgia home since 2007, are members of Georgia State's class of 2025 and will be participating in commencement exercises at Georgia State's Convocation Center on the same day. Quayla, who is now a seventh grade teacher at Clayton County's Babb Middle School, will earn a Master of Arts in Teaching with a concentration in secondary education. W. Mom. Rakaya, what is it? Yeah, Rakaya. Rakaya, who graduated in 17. Yo, she shout out Georgia State. Now 31 will be earning a Master of Public Administration, just like her mother did previously from the Andrew Young School of Policy Studies. It is Rakaya's second degree from Georgia State following her bachelor's in criminal justice. And for Kamaya and Kalaya, now 22 years old, will be earning both biology degrees from GSU's College of Arts and Sciences. Kamaya plans to pursue medical school to become a physician, while Kalaya has her sights set on veterinary medicine. 22 years ago, you could have never told me these girls and I would be graduating together, Quayla says. As any mother would be, I am so proud of them. Heading south. Originally from Detroit, what up, though? 313. Quayla earned a bachelor's degree in social work from Kentucky State, an HBCU where she met her husband, Eric, when they were both members of the track team. Oh, W article mentioning Eric. I'm sorry, I'm with the whole W. I watch a lot of streams. While working with the police dispatcher and finishing up her MPA, she found out she was pregnant with twins. She says her pregnancy almost derailed her from her pursuit of the degree, but with the support of officers she worked with and her school, she was able to finish on time. When the twins came, everybody was so excited and so happy, Quayla says. When I had them, the officers were saying, "These are our babies too." And I made sure that they were there with me at my graduation. W Mom. But after 15 years in Kentucky, the Lees pulled stakes when Eric, a civil engineer, got a job with the city of Atlanta. The family settled in Austell, where the lead children attended South Cobb High, Mob County, and Quayla began work as a social worker for the Department of Family and Children Services. Looking for more flexibility to be with her family, she left social work to become a substitute teacher. One day, while working in middle school, a colleague encouraged her to apply for an open position as a paraprofessional. From working in the classroom for children with emotional and behavioral disorders takes a special type of person and a special type of patience to do that, of course, as everybody knows. If you know, you know. From Quayla found teaching rewarding and did after a few years, she decided to further her career as an educator by taking the state test to become certified. At the beginning of the 2024-25 school year, Quayla was hired as a seventh grade social studies teacher at Babb, leading her own class for the first time. It's a career she says uh, enables her to have a profound impact on the young people at a critical point in their adolescence. Just seeing them grow up is amazing, Quayla says. In every job anyone has, no matter what it is, they have that job because of a teacher. Salute. W awareness. A pretty surreal feeling. After graduating from South Cobb High, twins Kamaya and Kalaya both enrolled at Alabama State, an HBCU their parents attended, and far enough away from home they could enjoy their independence. They both had played in the high school band, and Kamaya was a track and team captain at South Cobb, following in their parents' footsteps. But with the vid restrictions in place, it wasn't the campus experience either of them had hoped for. As they begin to think about the benefits of transferring to a college near home and state tuition, closer to family support, they began to consider the school their older sister had attended. I wanted to be at a place that would be challenging, challenge my thinking, and help me grow, Kalaya says. And going to my sister's alma mater is really nice. Though she had been away for a few years, Rakaya continued to watch Georgia State grow and transform. A permit technician in the city's Department of Watershed Management, who was recently promoted to the position of project manager, W promotion. She's had a front row seat to the ways that the university has been transforming downtown. She has wholeheartedly endorsed the idea of her little sisters attending Georgia State and helped them show them around on an impromptu campus tour. Rakaya had even considered returning for herself, for a master's program not long after receiving her bachelor's, but was intimidated by having to submit graduate uh, entrance exam scores. But not long after the sisters decided to transfer, Rukai got an unexpected and fortuitous email from our old school, the Andrew Young School of Policy Studies, explaining that it was waiving the testing requirement. So she applied, and with the recommendations of our old professors, Dean Dabney and Michael Shapiro, she was accepted into the MPA program beginning in August 2022. I still have that acceptance email on my phone to this day. It's really a huge, surreal feeling because I knew my sisters were going to be there and I could be there for them and on the journey with them. When my twins came home in May 2022, we were looking at their course catalog and said that they'd be done in May 2025. It didn't dawn on me until a year later that I'd be done in May 2025 too. Around the same time, Quilla had been considering her options for advancing her career as an educator. She was weighing online programs, but she wanted to be in a classroom, having one-on-one and group discussion. W promo for Georgia State and group discussions with peers and professors. Her husband, Eric, noted Georgia State is right downtown. Then Rakaya endorsed it too. It was almost like a no-brainer, Quilla says. I wouldn't have chosen any other university. Commencement confidence. As Lee closes out a special chapter in their lives and get ready for the next, they'll be taking the time to enjoy the moment together. With the family coming in from Detroit and elsewhere for their May 7th graduations, including Quayla's twin nephews, they have twin nephews. Quayla's twin nephews. You mean twin daughters? Including Quayla's twin daughters, they have an eventful, huh? They have an eventful few days planned to mark the occasion. Twins Kamaya and Kalaya will be there to cheer on their mother and older sister during the early ceremony for graduate degree candidates. And after plenty of smiles, hugs, and pictures, and some lunch, Quayla, Rakaya, and the rest of the family will file back into the convocation center to celebrate the twins as they receive their bachelor's degrees. But while savoring the moment, they're still doing what they always need to do, what they always do, look towards the future. Finishing up their first school year as a classroom teacher, Quayla is now certified to teach in secondary school as well, and as well up to high school seniors, though she has no immediate plans to move up from bad middle. She has, however, already approached her school administrators with plans to one day apply for a doctoral programs in education. She can see herself as a school administrator. In the future, she has plans to establish a youth-focused nonprofit named after her mother, Cheryl. It'll be called Cheryl's Haven, an acronym of sharing hope through empowerment and repositioning yourself for a lifetime of success. Geez, Louise. I know I'm going to be a lifelong learner, Quayla says, but for now, I'm going to have to take my foot off the gas and enjoy teaching and immerse myself in that. Rakaya, who recently got the promotion, has a soft spot for children as well and is weighing her options to enroll into law school in preparation to practice family law or pursue a PhD like her mother. She doesn't seem to have had her fill of note taking, research, term papers, and syllabi. I always want to keep advancing and keep my brain sharp. If you can do something you thoroughly enjoy, it doesn't seem like work. Her next step, she says, is to figure out her next step. For her younger sister, Kamaya, the next step is starting Georgia State School of Public Health Master of Public Health program starting in spring 2026. She's wasting no time. In the meantime, while working as a pharmacy technician, she's planning to log some time as an assistant at a women's clinic with her ultimate goal of becoming, hold on, let me get it now. Hurry up.
Obstetrician.
And her ultimate goal of becoming an obstetrician and gynecologist. As a volunteer at the Wellstar Cop Hospital, just down the road from her high school, Kamaya has already gotten an insider's view of the emergency department, neonatal intensive care unit, and other areas, experience that will bode well for her when she later begins applying for medical school. The connections she's made as a member of GSU student organizations like the Minority Association of Pre-Health Students and the Student Government Association will surely pay dividends. It's been nice to make all these connections, Kamaya says. Georgia State has endless opportunities for healthcare students. Twin sisters, Kalaya Kalaya and Rakaya. Kalaya is taking advantage of Georgia State's proximity to the Georgia Aquarium to get experience working with animals, in charge of care for her family's parakeets and pooches, including a senior lab mix named Milo, who requires regular insulin shots. Kalea is already considered the veterinarian of the house. She's hoping to be accepted during the next round of admissions of the University of Georgia College of Veterinary Medicine, and in the meantime, she plans to assist the local veterinary clinic to gain more experience. Kalea says she one day hopes to work with exotic animals and wildlife, but will start to train to treat four-legged friends of the domestic variety. Like her mother and sisters, she's sure to be a lifelong learner as well. I want to do something in my life I enjoy. It lets me learn something new every single day. Well, congratulations to all of the above, the mother and the three daughters. That is an amazing story. And they're all, like I said, working in unique fields. And I think that's kind of like awesome as well. So salute to them. Hold on. Get this right. Had a piece of book bag on my um, blue light goggles. All right, bet. What are we doing next? Well, by the way, when we speaking about this, I want to shout out the kid that went to Morehouse. I want to shout out the kid, Montavious, that they call LeBron. Let me see. Morehouse, LeBron. I did a video on him earlier when he was making his decision and stuff. Let me see. LeBron Morehouse. Morehouse. Okay, here we go. Shout out Caitlin Ross. Shout out 11 Alive. Here it is, man. He's a Morehouse man. You guys remember this young man? I did a video on him a few weeks ago. Came from Douglas County. He was accepted into like 100 some schools or something like that. He's a Morehouse man. Douglas County High School senior Montavious Presley, affectionately known as LeBron, has reached an extraordinary milestone, earning $1 million in scholarship offers from colleges and universities across the country. Presley has been accepted into 58 institutions, including prestigious schools like Morehouse College, Howard University, Mercer University, Xavier University of Louisiana, as well as the University of Alabama. Today, he announced he'll be headed to Morehouse. Salute. His achievements extend far beyond academics, showcasing the commitment to leadership and service that sets him apart. Presley's impact is not only in the classroom, but throughout the community. During high school, he dedicated over 1,100 hours of community service. Wow. Demonstrating a passion for giving back. As he prepares for graduation, Presley is carefully considering his options before making a final decision on where to continue his education. His mother, Chastity Green, shared of her pride of her son's accomplishments. I am so proud of my son. We are so proud of him too. Congrats, Bond. Yeah, man. Congrats to LeBron, bro. And salute to him for having the nickname LeBron. Like, that's pretty cool, having the nickname LeBron, man. But yeah, salute to this young man of Morehouse, bro. And his you know what I'm saying, just entire thing going to Morehouse, dog. It's pretty cool, man. Man, Tavius, if you see this, if you want to do an interview, bro, just let me know. Cause I seen you he said something in one of the things, right? He said something in one of the Facebook posts that went viral about him, and he was like, "Thank you so much. My family thanks you," and this and that. It was pretty like legit and impressive. So, Mantavius, LeBron, Mr. LeBron, if you see this, reach out to me, and I got you. We can talk for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? Things of that sort. But I look up to you for sure. Look up to you, young man, representing for the west side of Atlanta, Douglas County to be exact. West side. 40 minutes on that I-20 west side. Yes, sir. Keep representing. And best of luck to you at Morehouse, bro. I always wanted to go to Morehouse, but I wasn't able to get it done. So do it for people like me, man, who wanted to be man in Morehouse and things of that sort. You know what I'm saying? For sure. Okay, bet. Next up. All right, now it gets crazy. This is a man in Oakwood, Georgia, which is apparently 50 miles north of uh of, of Atlanta. He apparently blank 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 his brother hid from the cops, and then he takes to tell the whole story on TikTok. This is from Mario Nawfal, but also reposted by GA followers. Let me see if okay, this is crazy. All right, but yeah.
Damn, fucking cold. Go away and try to shower and jack off. My
What?
brother just tried framing me again, so I shot him.
Wait.
Yeah, good times. He took out his phone, tried framing me for being a vegan again. Says, yeah, you're a Satanist, a devil worshiper, all this and that. Called the cops on me like a bitch. So I shot him. Anyways, he has a criminal conviction, has fled Ecuador for being a rapist. Does drugs, laundering, everything, I guess. Doesn't have a license here, but somehow still calls the cops because they want to bang whoever I'm banging also. All right, so this is my brother trying to get me killed. He called the cops on me because he's trying to frame me again just for being a vegan. What he did was he fled Ecuador for a cocaine problem in the clinic. He fled for cocaine. He doesn't have a license. He tries using my license abroad, and then he tries framing me just to get me in trouble. He uses fear-mongering tactics, and I guess right now I'm probably going to die because he lied again. So yeah, that's my brother for you.
I think the thing that would have made this complete was to hear the little TikTok little bloom at the end. Because what was that? What in the world was that? What in the world was that, bro? That was crazy. Guy bling 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 hides from the cops and then confesses on TikTok. So this was also from Colin Rugg in Oakwood, Georgia, about 50 miles northeast of Atlanta. I never heard of Oakwood, Georgia, by the way. Marcelo Miradwayne blinked his brother, ran home, and refused to come out when the cops showed up. Instead of staying quiet, he jumped on TikTok, straight up confessed on an account filled with videos of his own poop. Yes, seriously? The police chief called him like it was a phone a friend moment and somehow convinced him to give up. His brother's his brother's now in stable condition. Marcelo's going viral, just not in the way he hopes. Oh my gosh. Let me see if I can find his TikTok. See, this is how you go down the rabbit hole, bro. So his TikTok is just his own poop. Like the TikTok is just poop. Where's his TikTok? Is this it?
All right, so this is my brother trying to get me killed. He called the cops on me because he's trying to.
Bro, this really is TikTok. Bro, okay. All right, we're done here. Okay, all right, okay, all right. Sorry. Okay. All right. Mental health is real, I guess. Mental health is real. So make sure that you protect your loved ones and give people the help they need when you can. What? Yeah, give people the help they need when they need it. And don't wait till it's too late. Mental health is a real thing. It's just as important as your physical health. That was something for sure. Okay. Next thing. Wow. Okay, that was something. We're gonna go into some basketball. I know some of y'all like, oh, thank Jesus. Finally. Chicago Sky have cut Tilly Boiler, AG, Arella Garantes, and Sammy Pusis or Pusais. So shout out to Sammy. I apologize about your last name. Shout out to AG as always. And shout out to Tilly Boiler, former Jackson State player. turned Memphis product. I was proud of her of going to the league, and she was someone I covered in high school, one of my babies. And so to see her now even make the league is huge. I know she's going to have a successful career overseas and playing professional ball. Hopefully, she can get in AU next offseason and, you know what I'm saying, get back on some radars and get back in the league, man. Keep fighting, keep going. Tilly, I believe you can do it. AG, you guys know AG's story. I feel like AG is someone who would benefit from 15 player rosters. Like, because she's not a bad basketball player at all. I think you guys know that. She's just kind of in that once you get let go by the team that drafted you, you become like one of those journey people where you go from team to team to team, bouncing, just kind of find yourself in no man's land in the league, fighting to keep a roster spot. But she's gonna stay in the league because it was like after the whole LA thing, she finally got picked up by Seattle, and now she's with Chicago, and she just got let go. So I think she's gonna find a landing spot. For Tilly, I think she'll eventually find a landing spot as long as she keeps going and doesn't quit basketball. And for Sammy, I'm just not that familiar with Sammy. I apologize, but I wish the best for you as well. Okay, and next thing we're staying on alongside what's going on. The news, the first wave of cuts in the WNBA. Hold on, this isn't the one that I was looking for. Where's the one I was looking? Oh, it's just not here. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Give me a second here. Let me see. What are we talking about? Where are we at? All right, give me a second. What are we talking about? All right, here we go. We got it. So the Dallas Wings, they've cut Kiki Herbert Harrigan and Mackenzie Forbes. Kiki, of course, the former South Carolina standout in the front court. And she's played on a couple different teams and kind of found herself, as in a backup role for a couple different teams. So I assume just because of her prior experience, she'll find some team to eventually stick with this season. If not, then she might be just a floating player who goes on a couple different teams, but she'll find herself in the league this year. Mackenzie Forbes, the hometown kid drafted from USC to LA to the LA Sparks, and I believe got cut there. So now she tries with Dallas, gets cut there. She's a bucket. But it's difficult to make that team. They made so many offseason moves that it was kind of like obvious that the priority were those offseason moves, and of course their draft picks as well. So best of luck to those two young ladies. These are two kind of more seasoned players in the league as opposed to Tilly Boiler. So they should, I don't know, hopefully just keep going like as always, man. We'll see what happens. So, and then the Cheyenne Sellers story, the biggest cut news of the day. Cheyenne Sellers kind of got cut in the first wave of cuts for the Golden State Valkyries. And I thought that was kind of whack because it was, you know what I'm saying? It was a rookie, but as a high draft pick that got cut this early. You know what I'm saying? And of course, this isn't the first time we've seen it, and it won't be the last time we've seen it in the WNBA. But this was really sad because I remember her on the carpet. She had such a great career at Maryland, and she gets on the carpet, and the host butchered her name. Like she said, she called her somebody else, right? And then Rakia Jackson was like, "Oh yes," and then she named a whole nother prospect, bro. Like it was bad. And so for her to be kind of embarrassed like that, the video went viral on the carpet. Then to come into camp and get, you know what I'm saying? After, I don't even think Golden State played their first game yet. Get cut before her first game to really show a chance of her skill and everything like that and real game time action is it's embarrassing. It's whack. And I just want her to keep her head up for sure because she did have an amazing career at Maryland. And yeah, man, I wish her the best, that she has a really, really good WNBA career because she deserves to have one. And she's earned it. Like, she works hard, bro. She works hard. Hard on. Let me see if I can find this clip with Rakia Jackson and the other host. Where we at? Where we at? WNBA. I'm trying to find it. Where we at? Cheyenne. Where we at? Where we at when they got her wrong on the carpet? They call her something else. It was a thing. Carpet. Oh, here it is. Found
Back live on the carpet. I'm here with Anissa and Rakia.
Anissa. There you go. And then Rakia.
And we are holding it down right now. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. My bad.
It's okay.
Sorry. What?
Go ahead, say your name.
Cheyenne Zellers. I'm so sorry. That is embarrassing.
No, it's
I
okay.
read the wrong card. I'm
That's
so
okay.
sorry. Go ahead. My bad. I was like, wait a second.
Sanaya, you're out.
All right. That's not funny. That's not funny. But it's bad, bro. It's bad. This kid wasn't given a fair shake by the WNBA or the Golden State Valkyries. It's whack. I don't approve of it. I don't co-sign it. And yeah, I think it's whack. Here you go. So Kendra Andrews, she said this from Natalie, that I believe that's the coach, right? Yeah, that's the coach. Nasake on the move. She picked up everything we asked her to, did everything we asked. It's just that we have to choose the best 12 best players that are going to fit. It doesn't mean the most talented. It means the best 12. What does that even mean? The best 12. She means the best 12 fits on the team, not the best players, but the best fits for the team. Is that what she's trying to say? I guess that kind of makes sense. Sounds like the same thing. The best 12 versus the most talented 12. And then it's an expansion team. Like, geez Louise, like, what are you trying to do? Like, we fighting very hard to compete for the final playoff spot. Like, just be an expansion team, bro. Let your young players develop, you know what I'm saying, as opposed to having vets on the team just to have vets on the team that aren't going to keep, going to keep you in kind of, what do they call it when you're in the middle of it? When you're in the middle, they're going to keep you kind of in the middle of things and stuff like that. Prioritize the young blood, in my opinion, with an expansion team because it's a young franchise. So prioritize the young blood. Kareem Copeland said, I'm told Sellers passed medical exams before leaving Maryland and was with the Valkyries. The knee wasn't an issue or factor in this decision. She was diagnosed with the PCL sprain against Texas in late January, a 12-week recovery, and she was moving fine in camp. So, yeah, it wasn't an injury. She was just cut. If she didn't fit the best 12 for your roster makeup, why did you draft her? I don't know. You treated her wrong from day zero. Embarrassed her and then cut her before her first preseason game. Boo, tomatoes. I'm throwing tomatoes. The Valkyries lost 8,000 followers, apparently, reportedly, according to this Paige Becker's fan account on X, on Twitter. So if that's true, I have no sympathy for them because it's just, you're losing fans already before your first game. Come on, man. What are we doing? So I say all this to say I wanted to give my WNBA recommendations to kind of cut down on this stuff in terms of controversial, high-profile cuts and injuries with like rookies in particular, but all the players. And wait, hold on. Do I have the Katie Lou news on here? Yo, Katie Lou, I believe, tore her ACL, man. Definitely prayers up to Katie Lou, dog. That is whack. Hate to see it. Let me see. Prayer hands up for Katie Lou for sure. Let me see. Yep, ACL. Prayers up for Katie Lou, y'all. Prayers up for Katie Lou, man. She tore her ACL during practice. You know, she recently had her family thing. She's expected to miss the season alongside teammates Nika Mule. Oh, this is all from Seattle? Yikes, Seattle. But yeah, Nika Mule and Jordan Horson, who also suffered torn ACLs. Yeah, this is kind of my plan or like suggestion for the WNBA. And it definitely much more easier said than done. That's why you have the big wigs in the offices that they're in to figure out how to get these things done. But I say you have to draft a month after the championship. Hold on, give me a second. Have the draft a month after the championship. So you have the championship in April. No. Scratch that. Let me see what draft day is. Hold on. WNBA draft day 2025. Okay. So draft day this year was April 14th. The NCAA championship game, NCAA Women's Basketball Championship, Basketball Championship 2025. Date. Let me get a date. So the Women's Basketball Championship was April 6th, and the draft was April 14th. What I would do is I'll give them at least a month. So I'll put the draft at May 6th. You have at least some semblance of a real pre-draft process where you have combine and all of the things, scouting, real time interviews, pre-draft interviews. You get to know the prospects that you're going to draft, everything like that, so you know the best fit. You can make the best possible decision for your team. You get about 4 weeks to do it. Okay, so we end the season April 6th and we draft May 6th. Okay, so that's what we're going to do to start off. Now you do the draft May 6th. You go right into training camp. Training camp is going to start May 13th, okay? May 13th through, we say, 2 weeks. So let's get in calendar. May 13th, 2 weeks. May 13th, that'll be Tuesday, 2 weeks. That puts you at May 27th, okay? May 27th, that's right after Memorial Day. So you get 2 weeks of preseason and training camp. And then you're going to start that weekend. So the end of May, you're going to start the season May 30th. We're going to go May 30th all the way down to, hold on, let me switch the camera. I fell asleep. We're going to go May 30th. We're going to go May 30th all the way down to the end of the regular season will be the end of November. And then playoffs is going all the way through Christmas week. Like, so the week of Christmas will be the WNBA finals. And the WNBA finals final game will be on Christmas Eve or 2 days before Christmas. Because nobody cares about nobody cares about the NBA for real until Christmas Day. And plus, you start the season during the NBA's most important time, which is the playoffs and stuff like that in the first. So you can't even say, oh, competing with the NBA. It's kind of like a contradiction. So nobody cares about the NBA until Christmas Day. And then B, you already have basketball going on during football. You know how a lot of people, because you have basketball during the playoffs, right? During the start of the NFL. So the whole, they got to compete with the NFL. They already compete with the NFL. They already compete with the NBA. People who want to watch the games are going to want to watch the games, period. All right, so you have those two things going on. And then with college basketball, nobody really cares about the early season matchups. Of course, those opening week classics, they have a lot of good high profile, high ranked games and stuff like that. But after that, there's a drop off. There's a drop off of just kind of nothing for the month of like November and December, right? And the only time is like during the holiday tournaments during Thanksgiving, bro. That's it. That's it. That's the only time that they're like any type of engaging games for real, for real. And then UConn might just because they're kind of Gino's like a sicko. He might schedule some high ranked opponent, and UConn will give us a good game with a high ranked opponent randomly for non conference in November or December. But that's it. There's not many big games in those first couple months outside of the opening week classics and Thanksgiving break. So, okay, if you don't have to worry about any of that, then you're good to go. It makes the season longer. If you want to make the season longer, you do it like that. You give the players more time to recover. You give teams a chance to make better decisions on who they're drafting into their organizations. It's just all around better thing. And then, okay, or what were we talking about? We are talking about that to also help you expand the rosters to 15. When you expand the rosters to 15, you're not dealing with such high pressure cuts. And then you're also not dealing with players just getting hurt. Because if you only have 12 players and the rotation's only 8 people, you're already starting off with the short lease. When you start off with the short lease, you're just opening up the way for, you know what I'm saying, people to get hurt because they're constantly playing. If I'm playing on a short lease in the off season, and then I'm playing with a shorter release in the regular season, and you're expanding the season from 40 games or from 38 games to 40 games, then 40 games to 44 games, and you're not even changing the rosters at all, the roster dynamics at all. You're just setting the players up for failure. That's what we're starting to see here, of the players' bodies just breaking down at a more rapid rate. So I think those are some of the things that I would do to fix the WNBA if I was the commissioner. Like I said, it's easier said than done, but that's the reason why the people and the big wigs are up in the front offices to get all of those things done and figure out how it works logistically and financially and with the sponsors and stuff like that. And I think Unrivaled said a lot when they did it within a year's time. Like they had a problem, they saw a problem, they got sponsorship for it, and they did it like within a year. So we'll see how that affects the WNBA if it does at all. And yeah, we'll go from there. Shout out to Megan Hall down there in the A holding it down. This was a very interesting thing for me. Like I said, this is the one thing I'm looking forward to in Atlanta the most, kind of specific stuff of Haley Jones. I think this season is her last season in Atlanta to prove herself, to remain with the organization. Because like I said, in the WNBA, once you kind of let go by the team that you're drafted by, a lot of times you kind of get lost into no man's land if you let that happen. So you're floating from team to team. You don't really have a standing point. And I really believed in Haley coming out of Stanford. She led her team to a national championship. She's by far the best player on the court a lot of those games. And she was kind of like a Magic Johnson, a tall point guard who could run all 5 positions. And so, yeah, I had a lot of belief in her coming into the league. And she had a very, very good rookie season before having a disappointing sophomore season to the point where she was hesitant to the point it just really affected her game offensively. She wasn't even looking at the basket when she got the ball. She was very predictable on offense because she wasn't looking at the basket. She wasn't looking for her own shots. So with the new system, a new coach, I always wondered how she was going to run with it because he shoots a lot of threes, it's run and gun. And Haley is a slasher who does not shoot at all. She shot a couple times because people were like, shoot, Haley. That's not really her forte. That's not really her game. She's a slasher, distributor, back to the basket player as well, since she's so tall. But we will see what happens this season. I'm very interested to see the Haley Jones thing. That's like the one thing I'm looking at in Atlanta this season. Anyways, let's go. This question is from Michael Waterloo from the Windsider. Okay. All right.
Yeah, really excited about it. I think the past few years, it's kind of been I didn't play point guard, so that's really the only thing that I played. And I think that I did the best that I could, but I think moving into the system where college allows me to play 1, 2, 3, 4, it's a lot of movement. I'm able to set the screens, come off the screens, do both in a single possession. It's really fun. My teammates are getting used to me setting screens and rolling down, and then still coming off them, so it's really exciting. And I feel like my entire skill set is really being used, and I can do everything I want to do. So it's a lot of freedom, and him learning to trust me in that freedom. So we're getting it.
So it sounded like essentially she was just saying like she's able to do a lot more stuff in this offense, where she's doing a lot more stuff off ball. So she's hitting screens and stuff like that. And being able to do that and do more things off ball as opposed to just being stationary or getting out of people's way who are isoing the ball. No shade, no shade, no shade. She says she feel like she can she can show more for her offensive versatility on that side of the floor. Moving in the system where Carl allowed me to play the 1-2-3-4, to play 1-2-3-4. It's a lot of movement. I feel like my entire skill set is being used. She mentioned having the freedom to play. She finally the PG experiment is over, but I still don't see how she fits into Carl's system. What do you miss? She creates paint touches. She's forward who can dribble and pass. Her screen setting and becoming a short roll scorer facilitator. She's perfect here. Carl's system is all about checking threes, but to be fair, who knows? It would look like in the pros. You might be right. You got to go look at film. The threes are formed from driving and kicking, paint touches. Haley has never been a threat from three, and she's not necessarily quick either, unless she's been working on those things in the offseason. I can't see her getting past anyone to drive and kick. Yo, it was a great high level conversation. She doesn't fit this team. What do you mean? She creates paint touches. She's a forward who can dribble and pass. Her screen setting and becoming a short roll facilitator. She's perfect here. Omar just like arguing, bro. What else is she gonna say for keeping it a buck? She's been a rut for years. What's the new things in her back? Where's the playmaking? How is she a better shooter as a sophomore at Stanford than as a grown professional basketball player? These are the real questions. But it will be interesting to see, like she says, she's able to show everything else. But it all comes down to shooting. I think everybody kind of agrees on that. It all comes down to shooting. Unless she's just going to be the person facilitating the shooter shooting. All right. Next thing. Bronny was talking about his rookie year. Fox Sports, I guess, did a profile on him. And I thought it was interesting. So here's me reading it for the first time. This is an exclusive from Melissa Rowland. For Bronny James, playing with LeBron was a blessing, and he wants to run it back. As Bronny James left the Los Angeles Lakers locker room after his team was eliminated from the playoffs, he flashed a smile when he was asked what it was like to play with his 40-year-old father, who happens to be one of the greatest basketball players of all time. This season, Bronny went from running along the sidelines for the Cleveland Cavaliers games in diapers to being introduced alongside his father in the Lakers opener. He went from being an elementary school kid playing pickup games against the face of the league to sharing a uniform with them. He went from posting silly videos impersonating his father to becoming a humble 19-year-old rookie, deferring to him in the locker room. When Bronny and LeBron James became the first father-son duo in NBA history, their relationship took on a different dimension. It's a blessing, Bronny told Fox Sports. Being able to learn from him, not only as a player but as a dad, is a different type of relationship. I try to take full advantage of it because it's something that a lot of people can't have. It's an amazing experience for me, and I'm looking forward to learning more from him. He's still here or not, either way, but I'm just looking forward to it. As LeBron contemplates his future, with the $52.6 million player option looming, Bronny made it clear he wants his father to return for another season as his teammate. Yeah, for sure, Bronny told Fox Sports. However long he can come back for, it's always a pleasure being around him. He's locked in. The stuff he does for his body and the preparation and stuff like that, I want to take full advantage of it. For Bronny and LeBron, making history was a deeply rewarding yet turbulent endeavor. As LeBron sat on a podium Wednesday after the Lakers were jettisoned from the postseason after a 103-96 loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves in Game 5 of their first-round series, he didn't hesitate when asked about playing alongside his son ranks among his many accomplishments. Number one for sure, said James, a four-time champion and a four-time MVP who's at the league's all-time leading scorer. That's easy. That's not even close. To be able to play the game that I love and to be able to be alongside with my son for the whole year has been one of the more gratifying, satisfying journeys I've ever been on. But it was far from easy. Less than 2 years ago, LeBron went from saying his dream was to play alongside his son to praying for the survival of Bronny after he suffered cardiac arrest during a basketball practice at USC ahead of his freshman season. Bronny poured himself into getting back on the court and went on to average 4.8 points in 25 games for USC before being selected by the Lakers with the 55th overall pick in June. But ever since that moment, Bronny's been subjected to an unprecedented amount of scrutiny for a late second-round pick, with accusations of nepotism regularly being floated by his detractors. Unsurprisingly, it took a hit on his mental health. I was under a lot of pressure, Bronny said. It was getting to me a little bit. That was difficult for LeBron to witness. He came to his son's defense, lashing out at ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, who went on First Take on January. Hold on, let me make sure my mic is good. Okay, good. We good. Stephen A. Smith, who went on First Take on January 29th and said, "I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. We all know Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad." During the game against the New York Knicks on March 6th, LeBron approached Smith as he sat courtside and told him to leave his son alone. A few weeks later, with 6 players out, it made a brutal stretch for the Lakers of 6 games in 8 days. Bronny had his best performance of the season against Milwaukee, finishing with 17 points on 7 of 10 shooting, 2 of 4 from beyond the arc, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 block shot. On one play, he went one-on-one against 2-time MVP Giannis Antetokounmpo, crossing the ball over twice and blowing past him before losing the ball out of bounds. After the game, Smith said he changed his stance on Bronny. "I might have been wrong," he said. Bronny's growth this season has been notable. He's made a name for himself in the G League, averaging 21.9 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 5.4 assists, shooting 44% from the field and averaging 38% from 3. Even though he averaged just 2.3 points, 0.7 rebounds, and 0.8 rebounds for the Lakers, he grew as a scorer, his confidence skyrocketed, and he made an impression on everyone around him. With his physical tools and just his burst and his handle, I think he's going to be an above-average, really good NBA shooter. Lakers coach J.J. Redick said. He's going to have a chance to really make an impact. As for Bronny, he's dealt with criticism by focusing on improving. Keep my head down and keep working, Bronny told Fox Sports. Working is a distraction from everything. I love just coming into the gym and working and talking to my coaches and watching film. All of that stuff can help me get better each and every single day. It's a distraction from all the other stuff. So just going to continue to do that and see where it takes me. It's going good so far. For James, it's been incredible to witness. LeBron used to watch Bronny's USC games from the Lakers locker room. When he became the NBA's all-time leading scorer in February 2023, he brought Bronny and his younger son Bryce into the NBA locker room and asked him, "Which one of y'all is going to try and break my record?" And he spent his season watching Bronny go from struggling in the summer league in Las Vegas to truly believing he has a future in the NBA. So after year 22, LeBron fielded a lot of questions from the Lakers' second straight first-round playoff exit. Does he plan on retiring? I don't have an answer to that. Does playing alongside Luka Doncic alter his retirement plans? It has nothing to do with anybody else. What did he think about the Lakers centerless basketball? My guy AD said that we needed a center, and he was going following weak, so I got no comment. But James' most thoughtful and incisive response was unquestionably about playing alongside his son meant to him. Even though LeBron was anointed the chosen one by Sports Illustrated at the age of 17 and was selected with the number 1 pick in the 2003 draft, one can make the argument that his son had even more pressure on him placed this season simply because of his last name. All right, bro. I'll stop that right now. As someone who was around in 2003, no. Bronny was not placed under more pressure than his dad. I think his pressure made less sense than his dad's pressure, but his dad was literally compared to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, LeBron, Michael Jordan, and you know what I'm saying, and Magic Johnson before a game he played in high school on ESPN. His dad had more pressure by far. And LeBron couldn't have been prouder of the way his son responded. Not only can he play the game of basketball, but he's a great, really kid. And you can ask anybody, any one of his teammates, any one of his coaches. He's just a joy to be around. And I have to say that I had a lot to do with that. As for Bronny, sharing the locker room with his father was a trip. LeBron has larger-than-life aura. When he walks into the locker room, it turns silence. Cameras film him tying his shoes. He has a combined 212 million followers on social media. He's a billionaire and one of the more influential people on the planet. But Bronny has seen LeBron in his most vulnerable moments. He watches him reach for dairy-free vanilla ice cream every night. He teases him for being extra after he scores with stumping, patting his chest and screaming. He watches him hug his wife at the game shortly after Bronny hugs his mom. To Bronny, LeBron is simply just that, even when he's not allowed to call him that on the court. And all he wants to show him, along with the rest of the world, is one simple thing: that I belong. Bronny told Fox Sports, "That's all I've been trying to prove." Melissa Rowland is an NBA writer for Fox Sports. She previously covered the league for Sports Illustrated and the Los Angeles Times, the Bay Area News Group, and the San Antonio Express News. Follow her on Twitter at Melissa Rowland. Salute. Shout out to Melissa Rowland, man. That was a dope story. I appreciated it. Oh, next up. This is the last thing of the night, and then we are out of here. A woman is raising money after she called a 5-year-old the hard R.
Did you call the word? It is not business. You call him Okay, why don't you have the boss to say it right now again?
Oh, wow.
All right, that's what you say. Nobody dig into your shit. That little kid, you call him a little child? Are you about to hit him? You chasing him?
He took my son's stuff.
So that gives you the right to call the child 5-year-old the N-word.
If that's what he's gonna act
That's what you're gonna call him.
That's what he's gonna act like.
That's a hate speech.
Right.
And you can be recorded for that.
I don't give a shit.
Huh.
He said you can get
Okay, we'll
deported
see
for
about
that.
that, what the internet has to say about you.
Yo, that's crazy, bro. She talking crazy. 12,808 racist people have donated over $346,000 to Shiloh Hendricks, who called an autistic 5-year-old African American an N-word multiple times at the playground. At the end of the thread, I will tell you how you can help the actual victim out, Shiloh writes. The racist mother, hold on, of the 5-year-old black kid was digging through her 18-year-old months old diaper bag at the playground. After saying the N-word to the child, she also stated on camera, if he acts like one, he's going to get called one. She wrote her Go Sin Go, a Christian funding site. I called the kid out for what he was. My name is Shiloh, and I've been in a very dire situation. I recently had a kid steal from my 18-month-old's son's diaper at the park. Hold on. I called the kid for what he was. What was it? The N-word? Another man who we recently found out has a history with law enforcement. What does that have to do with anything? Proceeded to record me and follow me to my car. He then this is crazy. He then posted the videos online, which caused my family and myself great turmoil. My social security number has been leaked. My address, phone number have been given out freely. My family members are being, this is insane. NCAA, the NAACP has created a GoFundMe campaign for the African American child who this woman attacked. It has only raised approximately 20%. Dang, what this racist mother did. Please share and donate if you can. Okay, so I've been seeing, the only reason I've been seeing this story is because people have been comparing it to Carmelo raising money on Gifts and Go as well. I think the difference is with Carmelo, and you guys can put in the comments why you disagree, because I know a lot of people going to disagree with me. The difference is with Carmelo's situation, his giving is pretty it looks pretty similar to the Austin Metcalf GoFundMe. Like they seem like they were kind of an equal amount of money, raised an equal amount of money. All right. Yeah. Like I said, it looks like they've raised an equal amount of money. Let me look this up just to make sure that I'm right. Carmelo Anthony, Give Son, Go. Give, Send, Go. Okay. So they've raised $520,000, $21,000. Austin Metcalf. Metcalf. GoFundMe. Austin Metcalf. They've raised $548,000. So the difference is Melo hasn't even raised as much money, but they raised around a similar amount of money. That's the difference between their case and this Cheyenne case. What's her name? Shiloh case. Hold on, let me. Since I'm on full screen, I gotta do that. In this Shiloh case, if she's raised, hold on, how much is? She's raised three. Wow, she's raised $346,000. Hold on, let me see how much she's raised now. This is just a screenshot. Shiloh Hendricks. Gibson go. Yeah, she's raised $591,000, bro. She's raised $591,000. Excuse me. $591,000 versus, let's see how much the other kid is raised. Let's see how much he's raised. Wow. Even after that, he's raised $341,000. So even after this viral tweet of like, here's how you can help their and that's the difference, bro. That's the difference. Jeez Louise, man. There's a $200,000 plus difference. And the woman who called the kid an N-word versus like the woman who called her. She got rich off calling someone the N-word, a 5-year-old the N-word with a hard R. I guess you guys can call me whatever in the comment section again. It is what it is. But this is the end of the stream. As always, my name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. As always, man, please take care of yourselves. And if no one else told you today, I care for you. Until next time, please be easy. I'll see you.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but.
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
Brandon, we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.